Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman. Handy Andy on Demand, our new 2-hour quick call handyman division. And you can see on this house, we're over in Marietta, and we just finished a round of repairs for these homeowners who just purchased the house. Up there, you can see a corner board that was rotted out that we missed in the original bid, so we just included it in the project. So that is back primed and sealed all the way around. It won't rot again. And they'll get a price from us to hand repaint this house going down the road. And the repairs we did were all based on an inspection report. So they got this house under contract, and the realtor on both sides negotiated it's called an amendment for repairs, and some of those things the sellers put some money towards. And so you'll have to go back to the other video to show the origins of this project. The original project, they had a bench back here on that back wall. It wasn't built to code. It was real rickety. And then this is old growth wood. So everybody else that came out here to talk to these homeowners told them, you know what, you need to rip this whole thing down and start from scratch. This wood is like gold. You can't buy this stuff anymore. It looks a little bit rough, but once they clean it up and strip it and stain it, this wood will be here 100 years from now, as long as they take care of it. And so the boys came through here, the Handy Andy crew came through, they rebuilt this gate. They've got a pool in the back, so it was really important to them to have this gate for the kids to go through. We rebuilt a set of stairs on the other side. But we tried to save them as much money as we could. So to rip down and rebuild this deck, you're probably looking at about $16,000, $18,000 in cost. And they did all the repairs you're going to see here for about $4,000. And so we actually stick built everything here. It's hard to see it in the video, but every single baluster, which are these vertical pieces, every piece of frame, you can see all the screws in it. And see how the wood's not split around any of those screws? That's because they did a pilot hole. When you look at their gate, look at the construction of this gate. See how it's tenioned from behind? It's cut and set. This gate will never sag. It'll never fall apart. It's got a cross piece across it. All new hardware. This is the right way to do stuff. And so now they're going to have to wait about 3 months for this to cure out, and then they can stain this themselves. We also installed, a lot of people ask about this. You see this new piece of pressure treated wood all around the edge? That's a custom cut and beveled flashing plate, and it totally obviates the need for flashing. You know, and the things that go on in these jobs, for some reason my brother decided that these 3 pieces of siding were bad, so he went ahead and replaced those, and we didn't charge the customer for that. And you can't see it, but there's a groove cut in the top edge of that plate, so that upper piece of siding sits down right into it. It's pretty clever how the guys do this stuff. And this way now, when any water comes across the house, it rains, it comes down the siding, it hits that plate, and it kicks it away from the joint between the deck and the house, so it'll never rot out that way. We had one bad piece of wood out here in the middle of the deck, so they replaced that with 2x lumber. This deck is 2x6 lumber, which is really thick, solid, heavy, so it had to be framed well to carry the weight. This nose across this window here was rotted out, so the boys removed the window and put in a new piece of nose. They've painted this stuff to match just so it would look okay for right now. And this was masonite siding, so this homeowner was told by a bunch of contractors, oh, this is masonite, your siding's defective, you got to replace it all. Nah, most of their siding, when you look at the bottom edge of it, and you can see it in the other videos, it's all pretty tight. You don't see a lot of lines through it. You see some right around this light, and you see this board right here. The guys ran out of time, and it wasn't in the homeowner's budget to replace these top 2 rows above the window. Need to be replaced all the way across. And we'll come back another time to do that for them. You can see they replaced another piece of wood right here at the door landing here. They replaced this railing right here, and then the deck's coming down. My brother thought this was dangerous with little kids, so they cut a little triangle right here just so they could transition from the deck to the steps. And then they added risers to the steps. These steps are really, really rickety. A homeowner about 25 years ago built this stuff. And so the guys came in and they added posts set in concrete right here. You can see one right there. They drilled through the concrete and set these posts up. Here you can see they've got a brace post back here, and it's bolted into the rail on both sides. And you can see where they added these risers all the way across. So they did a bang up job to it. Thing's totally secure now. And then they came in here and they added all these supports underneath the deck with screw ins. They also replaced this bottom plate right here. This was rotting out because the flashing had failed up above at the top of the deck, and water was actually getting in and rotting all that out. So that all got replaced as well. And then they came over here and they noticed that the frame on this door was rotted out, and you can't even tell now. If you go back to the other video, it was pretty obvious how bad it was. See the angle cuts in here? That's what you want. the inside frame and the outside corner angle cut, so it'll never go bad on them. So that's one project we did. We'll come back to do more. It's me, my brother, and a team of 30. We're all over Metro Atlanta doing this stuff. People tend to think we just do the big projects, and that's not true at all. You know, we don't do additions anymore. We do a lot of decks. We do kitchens and baths, and we'll do small projects. We do, you know, the little stuff through Handy Andy On Demand is all you prepay for 2 hours, and the guys come out prepared to do the work. We're pretty excited to start that company this year. And then we'll keep doing the rest of the stuff that we do, all the fix the gutters, any kind of carpentry, rotted wood, painting, roof repairs, you name it, we pretty well do it. 770-912-2829. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.